This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
Just one game was all it took for the football world to declare Cristiano Ronaldo finished.
But if he doesn't start, it's a story. You take him off at half-time, it's a story. He plays the whole game, it's a story. But yesterday, he just didn't offer anything.
After Portugal's disappointing 1-1 draw against DR Congo, the criticism was everywhere.
Sorry, Duncan, for all his experience, he looks a bit too desperate. If that was a young striker they're trying to make his way, you go, no, just calm down. When the chance comes, just take it. So Ronaldo, for all his greatness, he looks even a little bit desperate.
Less than 24 hours after Lionel Messi lit up the World Cup with a historic hat-trick, Ronaldo was being called a passenger, a system player, and a problem Portugal needed to solve.
One thing that's important, people please at home, the team needs to score, not you needs to score.
Pundits questioned his place in the starting lineup. Some argued Portugal would be better without him.
No shots on target, no opportunities, 3 shots off target as well. He hasn't scored in his last 10 games for Portugal. And the question being asked inevitably is whether he should be starting. What do you think?
I don't think he should be.
Others went even further, suggesting Roberto Martínez was too loyal to his captain and too afraid to make the big decision of leaving him on the bench.
Patience is starting to wear a little thin. There's a question mark over whether the manager wants to take him on. And we know what happens when you take on Cristiano, and taking him on, I'm talking about leaving him out or putting him on the bench. It doesn't usually go well, there's disruption.
For the first time in this World Cup, the conversation wasn't about what Ronaldo could achieve, it was about whether he should still be playing at all.
How many tournaments are Portugal gonna go through where all you're hearing about is Ronaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldo?
But 6 minutes into Portugal's next match, everything changed. One goal, then another. A 5-0 victory, the first player in football history to score in 6 different World Cups, Portugal's all-time leading World Cup goalscorer, the second oldest scorer the tournament has ever seen.
It's not that he shouldn't even be at this, shouldn't even be in the squad. Yet here he is getting a brace in style today.
He shouldn't even be in the squad. Some people in this studio are going to have to eat humble pie.
And suddenly, the same man they wanted dropped was making history once again.
Be happy like that, isn't he?
Yeah, he was never gone. He's the man. Great to see him back. His 2 goals were excellent. His movement. I like the fact it was one-touch finishes, that sharpness. And again, he's joined the party.
So how did one disappointing performance turn the football world against Cristiano Ronaldo? Why were so many people convinced that one of the greatest players ever was finally finished? And how did he answer with one of the most important performances of his World Cup career? This is the day Cristiano Ronaldo silenced the arrogant pundits.
Let me tell you something about football. Cristiano Ronaldo did not need a disaster to become the story. He only needed one quiet night. Portugal came into this World Cup as genuine contenders, not hopeful dark horses, actual contenders. They just won the UEFA Nations League in 2025. Martinez had built something real, Diogo Costa in goal, Ruben Dias commanding the backline, and Nuno Mendes bombing forward from left back, and a midfield that most countries would kill for, Vitinha dictating, João Neves pressing, Bernardo slowing it down, Bruno ready to break it open with one pass. This squad had everything. And then they drew 1-1 with DR Congo. 75% possession, 740 passes, 1 shot on target. 1. That's not a performance. That's a very elaborate way of going absolutely nowhere. Ronaldo didn't score, didn't assist, had 2 chances in the second half to win it. Both went wide. And if that's Bernardo Silva missing those chances, it's a shrug and a next time mate. But this is Ronaldo. Every miss comes with a full inquest. The verdict came fast. He just stands in the box. He's not contributing. Portugal are carrying him. Martinez is picking him out of loyalty, not logic. And then, because the football gods have a wicked sense of timing, Messi had just put on a show for Argentina. So the comparison machine fired straight up, like it always does, like it's been doing for 20 years. Messi was deciding matches. Ronaldo was supposedly slowing Portugal down. One game, that's all it took. But here's what people missed. Portugal's problem against DR Congo wasn't just Ronaldo. Congo sat deep, protected the centre, forced everything wide, and trusted that the final delivery wouldn't be good enough. They were right. The midfielders had the ball constantly, but kept recycling it in front of a low block where nothing could happen. Ronaldo became the easiest person to blame for a collective failure. Still, this isn't 2018 Ronaldo, dragging Portugal through games on sheer will. It's not even 2022 Ronaldo, when the debate was already starting. This is a 41-year-old man at what is almost certainly his last World Cup, so every quiet moment gets a different weight now. A missed chance isn't just a missed chance, it's Exhibit A. And yet, before this tournament, the man was still the all-time leading scorer in men's international football, still the most capped male player in history, still central to the Nations League win, still the reason Portugal walked in here with serious expectations. But after one draw, suddenly he's a problem to be solved. Football has the shortest memory in sport. It forgets 100 goals the moment it sees one miss. That was the mood going into the Uzbekistan game, and Ronaldo was walking in knowing exactly what the world was waiting to see.
Ronaldo walked into Uzbekistan carrying a question that never used to exist around him. Not can he score, not can he handle pressure, but should he even be starting? That was the real shift after the DR Congo draw. Portugal had all the ball and none of the bite. Ronaldo went scoreless, the attack looked half asleep, and suddenly every conversation became a selection debate. Should Martínez stay loyal to his captain? Should Gonçalo Ramos start instead? Is Portugal protecting Ronaldo's legacy at the team's expense? Then, 6 minutes in, all of it evaporated. Portugal built down the right, Cancelo found space, and the delivery was exactly the kind of ball Ronaldo has lived on for 20 years. Quick, direct, into the corridor where defenders hate turning. He didn't need to drop deep and prove he could still press like a winger. He needed one movement, he made it, finished from close range. Ronaldo had just scored at a 6th World Cup, 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, 2026. 20 years between his first World Cup goal and this one. 6 tournaments, different coaches, different teammates, different versions of Ronaldo. The teenager, the superstar, the injured talisman, the hat-trick machine, the fading icon, and now the 41-year-old still standing. The critics said he no longer belonged at this level. His answer wasn't emotional, it was statistical. Portugal weren't done either. In the 39th minute, Bruno picks it up, spots the run early, slides it through, and Ronaldo meets it in stride. Calm, low, decisive. That's the difference between looking old and looking inevitable. By half-time, he'd scored twice, made history twice, and the argument was over. Then the records kept coming. First player ever to score at 6 World Cups, 10 World Cup goals, Portugal's all-time top scorer in the competition, past Eusébio, and at 41, the second oldest scorer in World Cup history behind Roger Milla, plus the oldest player ever to score multiple goals in a single World Cup match. For context, almost nobody is still useful at 41 in top-level football. Almost none are decisive. Almost none are starting World Cup games under this kind of scrutiny and breaking records while doing it. Now, I'm not going to pretend the critics had no point, because they did. Against DR Congo, Portugal lacked fluidity, the attack looked static, and when the chances came, he didn't take them. That criticism was fair. Where it went wrong was turning one bad performance into a final verdict. There's a difference between Ronaldo played badly and Ronaldo is finished. There's a difference between tactical analysis and football amnesia.
One poor game doesn't erase 20 years of evidence. That's what Uzbekistan was really about. Not that Ronaldo is flawless or that Portugal have everything figured out. They don't. But the football world treated one match like it was the whole truth. 6 minutes in, Ronaldo reminded everyone exactly how dangerous that is.
Here's what that 5-0 win actually meant beyond the scoreline. Portugal reset completely. They moved to the top of Group K, took back control of their qualification path, and in a 48-team World Cup, where positioning matters as much as points, that's not a small thing. A strong finish here makes the round of 32 manageable. Another stumble and the bracket gets ugly fast. But the bigger takeaway is this. Ronaldo at 41 is not the player who carries it from halfway and beats 4 men. That version is gone, and nobody's pretending otherwise. What he can still do is attack space, read a defensive line before it forms, and finish under pressure. That's not nothing. That's actually most of what a striker needs to be dangerous. His game has changed. His instinct hasn't. Ronaldo's international career started in 2003. He scored at Euro 2004. He's played with Figo's generation, Deco's, Pepe's, Bruno's, and now Vitinha and João Neves. Most players get one cycle. This man has outlasted football's entire evolution, and he's still making history inside it. The critics said he was finished. The records disagree. Every time football tries to close the book on him, he finds another page.